Hi, Facebook family. It's Gerry from Rythmia. Good morning. I want to tell you that a little bit about Rythmia, but first I want to just ask if you think anybody could benefit from this, please share it. We don't have a big marketing budget or anything for this place, so when you share it, you're helping us out and you're helping people out who want to hear this particular kind of message. Good morning, Jeff. So what is Rythmia? Rythmia is a life advancement center in beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica, and we believe in a particular type of healing here that involves merging of the soul. So what we've come to learn is that, see if you can see this, that when you're born, between when you're conceived and when you're about 5 years old, an event happens in your life that causes you to split. And then we spend the rest of our life over here. And because of this split, is the source of all addictions, all disease, and all disorders. Now, I had that happen to me as a child through sexual molestation. And what happened to me in plant medicine is that I got to merge my soul back together. At this place called Rythmia, we use this exact same system of merging the soul. And because of that, we have a record that is beyond compare. So what do I mean by that? When people leave here, they're given an electronic survey, and the last question is, did they have this soul merger occur? 95% of them say yes. It's actually 95.02 as of today. We're knocking on the door of 6,000 people. We'll be at 6,000 people that have been through by October. Here's the most interesting part. They get another survey at 6 months, and 97.55% of them that had their soul merger still have it, and it's still working in their lives. It changes them forever. It changes them forever, and that's statistically relevant. That's almost 6,000 people. That 6 months later, this thing is still working in their lives. They still have it. So for me, it happened on July 4th of 2015. And since then, I bought this place, and we're the only place like this in the world. I'm begging you, if you ever have the opportunity, please come here and have this happen. The topic of today is about love, and I want to talk about this because it's come up in the past 3 weeks a great deal. So we've been getting 100% of people that have come through the resort in the last few weeks, probably 4 or 5 weeks, that 100% of the people that walk through the door have this soul merger. In some of these weeks, we've had almost 90 people here. We're off this week, so this is my week off, hence the no hair thing, So let's talk about it. One thing that becomes very apparent to me is halfway through the week at Rythmia, people are saying to me, how do I protect this when I get out of here? When they ask me that question, I know that it didn't happen yet. And I want to tell you why. Because love needs no protection. There's a bunch of people that get here that believe in voodoo and this and luck and all these different things. They don't understand. If they really believed, if you ask these people what the most powerful thing in the universe is, they'll say love, and then they'll say, how do I protect this? It doesn't fucking make sense, right? So this is what I've noticed, and this is what I've come to find as truth. That when you're in love, number one, it's its own reward. So I want to talk about that in a second. So it's never the act of receiving love that makes one happy or content. Ever. It's a fucking fallacy. And because it's vibrational in nature, you can't love from a guarded position and expect good things to happen and to feel good. It's impossible. It's scientifically impossible. It cannot happen. So fucking give that up. So what does it become? What then does it become? Well, when you're merged and you're picking what you want to do, picking bad word. You're creating the life that you want. So you have a crystal clear vision of what that life looks like, what your love relationships look like, what your family relationships look like, what your relationship with money looks like, what your relationship with other humanity looks like. And in that moment, you get that clarity. Now, that moment is love. So when you get that ding, 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 that's love. And that happens here. And it can happen in your life, in your home today. Love. And now by projecting that love, this is where this gets crazy. By giving that love to others, that's where joy lies. Listen, I'm a guy, I had a very strange life. I've cashed $25 million checks. I've made $90 million selling companies. Well, more than that, actually, almost $200 million selling companies, but $90 million at one time. And that feeling is shit. It doesn't even fucking hold a candle to the feeling that you get when you are loving someone. And so if you sit there waiting to get loved back, it doesn't work because the universe doesn't work that way. It's not a one-for-one automatic. And here's the thing, if you're doing it for that reason, you're not doing it genuinely. So what does love look like? Well, I can tell you what it feels like. It feels like time doesn't count. So I love Rythmia. I love what I'm doing here at Rythmia. And because of that, a week off feels bad to me. Because I'm in such love with doing this thing with people. And if you see someone in love with their work, it doesn't look like work. And if you see someone, the people who argue about getting hurt, getting a bad spirit attached, pulling in negative energy, are the same people who are living in fear. So I'm going to show you. I've been 265 times on ayahuasca on the other side. So punch through the veil, 260. What happens over there is truth. You get truth. And love is the glue of the universe. It's the most important thing. So when you're emanating love, you're protected from all things. And at the same time, that is where satisfaction is. Satisfaction, the giving of love is its own reward. There is nothing beyond that. There is nothing. So here's the thing. The side benefit of giving love is getting love back. But it pales in comparison to the feeling of giving love. And I'm not kidding you. It pales in comparison to everything. To money, to accomplishment. It pales in comparison. And oh, by the way, let's talk about accomplishments. Accomplishments come out of love. They're another side product, a side benefit of that. What does that mean? When I'm doing what I love to do, just doing what I love to do, the side benefit is financial reward and success. If you're doing it for financial reward and success, you can still attain it that way. But it won't feel good. It won't be happy. When I was making shit tons of money, and I mean shit tons of money, I was doing it for money. And you know what? Every dollar I got, or every $1 million I got, triggered something that I needed $1 million more. Because I could never catch it. I could never get the butterfly. And when I stopped chasing that, and I just started being in love with what I do, in love with this very second, then all things are made possible in that second, and that second becomes the reward. It's a whole different way of thinking, and this is the truth of the universe. Most of us are so fucking brainwashed, and I hate using that term, and I'm not blaming it on big business, but fuck, it has a lot to do with it. Big business and advertising has a lot to do with it, and I sit here and think, oh fuck, I can't be happy unless I have a 30-inch waist, unless I have size D protruding boobs, unless I have jet blonde hair and this and that and this, unless I'm driving a BMW 54 Series, unless I live in this, well, holy fuck. None of that has any fucking shit to do with being happy. And I mean none of it. None of it, none of it, none of it, none of it, and less than that. None of it. None of it. What has to be with being happy is walking through this universe in love, on the path in love. So what does that mean? That means that once I've decided what the design of my life is going to look like, I start chopping the wood and carrying the water. Then all of a sudden, I am in love. And guess what? Guess what I fall in love with? Chopping the wood and carrying the water. No shit. And then boom, I'm in my own reward. Every time that I see a person go through it here and push through to the other side and come out brand new and healed forever, I get like, wow, that's what I'm doing. And I just sit and watch it. That is love. I know people that are healers, that are consultants, that are business people, that are in the act of love, and all good things come to them, and very few bad things. Now, statistically, in this we get into good and bad things, but I don't want to go here, but I'm going to. So, being alive is entropy. As you get older, your body decays, your friends die. This is the fucking way. This is the way out. So all of us will experience that. You know, there's nobody, no matter how good you are at a business, billionaires die. And they die the exact same way as we did. The exact same way. So you can't skip the process of aging, of losing what's important to you. That's part of it. But you can skip the experience of suffering. Because if you're in love, as those things go, they're cherished and holy. So this is the thing. Time is a ticking. Please, whatever you do, don't waste another day. Don't waste another day. I've been dead a lot. You know, the ayahuasca mimics the death experience, yeah? And I've been dead a lot. And what goes on over there is a lot the same, but different than what goes on here. Here you have a body you can feel. Do not miss a day of this. Don't miss a day of loving. Don't miss a day of hugging your kid, your cat, your dog, the mailman, that fucking tree in your yard. Do not miss a day of it. Because if you do, you're screwing yourself. We're given a limited amount of days here. Each time. And this is the only time you're going to remember. You might remember it on the medicine. You might remember past lives and that. But this one here, our recall, our recognition, our recollection, happens to be in this life. So please don't miss a day of it. And whatever you do, don't miss a day of fantasizing about the future or worrying about don't do that shit. Stay here. Stay in love. Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay on your target. What I'm trying to create for me, because what I want to create is a community of love around me. That's my fucking thing. And so every day I'm doing what I can for that. From a merged place. Yeah? So I want you to hear this. I want you to hear it with your heart. And this takes a lot of self-honesty to sit down and say, what is going on? So here's what to do. In statistics, right? We can graph the past and it shows exactly where we're going. Do the same thing with your life. Take out a piece of paper, make the timeline go this way, and graph your past. For this, just this exercise. And then see where you're going. And if you're going to a place that's not whole, adjust yourself. Get down, come here. And I want you to come here. I'll tell you what I'm afraid of. I only have spaces for 96 people. And in 2016, we used to average 6 people a night. Now we're averaging 60 people a night. And next year's getting sold out. It's not going to be too long before you're not going to be able to get in here. So I want you to make the commitment and come here. Come here, have this happen, and then use the tools that we give you. And love is the tool. All other tools fail. The only one that works is love. Now that doesn't mean be stupid. I'm not saying to be stupid. I'm saying to be love. Be love. Be love. And love loves the little boy and little girl in you and acts out of that interest. But be love. Feel this love. Be in something you love. That kid that's with you that you're mad at today because he left his shoes or fucked something up at school, give that kid a hug today. Because that's you'll never have that day with that boy or that girl again. Tell you I'm talking about be in love. Take a look at our job and make sure we don't love it. Half of you don't even know what you love. Sit down and assess. Am I doing, and if I am doing what I love, show it some love. Show it some love. Be happy about it. Be happy about it. This is what I'm talking about. Please share this thing. Please share this thing. This message is so simple, so true, and so honest. It's honest from the other side. It's honest. So You get a real clear idea when you do this medicine, and it puts you back. You get a really clear idea of how the whole thing works. And if you're sitting there saying you believe love is the most powerful thing in the earth and walking around scared, you're fucking lying to you, and that's because you're split. That's because it's not your fault. It's that you're split, and then we got to work on doing this, getting back together, remerging. Yeah. So here's the thing: if you believe love is the most powerful thing in the universe, but you're loving from behind a shield, I'm gonna love and see what I get back, you're fucking lying to you. If you're walking around scared, you're fucking lying to you. And I want to tell you what: life is too short to spend these precious fucking moments in lies. You gotta get real. And I hate being this true, but it's absolutely true. It's true. I'd love it if there was some other way. I wish you could lie your way through the whole thing. It'd be so fucking easy. But you can't. You can't. And this is what you have to get. This is the truth of the truth. This is why, and this is why we believe in this heaven and hell, right? Hell is knowing what you want. Really knowing the life you want to create and not being willing to do the things to get it. And heaven is the exact opposite. Knowing what you want and deciding to do whatever it takes to get it. Well, that doesn't sound like love, then you don't understand. Because that is exactly what love is. Love is not fear, is not withholding. Love is giving, it's outgoing, it's generous, it's kind. This is what love is. And it feels from here. Okay, guys, I had to get that out of my system. I'm sorry. This is my week off, so I'm a little bit charged up because I'm not doing much of anything. But listen to this. I'm going to have great announcements in the next couple of weeks because we do need more beds. So what we're doing is we have a very a good expansion plan that we're going to unveil in the next couple of weeks. And I want to talk about that for a second, about money and love. Yeah? And here's something, yeah? So when you love and you're doing this thing in love and from love, the money shows up. But the money's not the reason you're doing it. The money's the byproduct of the thing. It's the byproduct of the thing. So don't get them mixed up because it's not. You're gonna just waste your own time. And listen to this. You can get what you want without being in love with the process. But when you get it, you find that you're not in love with what you got. So that ain't the way. Yeah. So here's the way. Be in love now. Natalie Wood, how are you, honey? Be in love now. And then love is its own reward. So listen, guys, I want to thank you. I want you to do me a favor. Look at if this got your heart and you're being pulled, or the medicine's pulling you, or transformation is pulling you, please call. Hey, Brandy Powell. Call 1-866-936-9446. That's 1-866-936-9446 and ask to speak to someone. They're not selling you anything. Just ask to speak to someone, and they'll have answers and give you suggestions and tell you about how this process works. Hey, Zimlin. Hi, David. Hi, Eli. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys. Come back here and let's do this again. I can't wait to see you. And if you've never been here, please get here. Get here and get this done so that we can get on with life. Sounds good. Thank you. Until next week, God love you, God keep you, God hold you, and stay here. Cheers.